It's round 2 game between Minseong Kim 7 dan and Qi Wen 7 dan. It's a very high level game with a lot of things to learn, so I hope you will enjoy analyzing this together with me. Okay, Fuseki, it's rather normal. Obviously both players are very familiar with AI Joseki and suggestions. Here, just as a side mention, AI would like to emphasize the left side by this kind of move. White will just switch to another point and then black can play something like this. So for example, this is like one of the AI proposed things, which is very interesting. But of course, the move in the game is just slightly AI dislike it, probably because of the direction of play, because white is developing in a good area for black, but otherwise it's quite normal. Nevertheless, here black is breaking a little bit the law of modern Fuseki, which is to take care of corners first before approaching sides. So this kind of move would be, let's say, usual. Well, if white plays something on this side anyway, we want to approach the last corner on the top. In the game, black really wanted to aggressively attack the group of 3 stones on the left side and also develop his moyo, but this allowed white to make a nice shimari, which in the modern Go theory, this is a priority. But nevertheless, black makes a powerful double wing formation, and at this point I think there is a crucial point that we would like to take, which is this boshi at A. Black is very close to make a very strong box shape. The particularities of this Niken Tobi Shimari is that you can live inside, but black will have quite a strong influence on the outside. So basically, white played in the game the large point here, which is it's a top priority as well, but black now has the chance to press. Even if we enter the corner with moves like this or like this, for example, that's kind of popular way to invade. The box on the left side is pretty cool. I mean, with black being able to play this kind of moves, the development towards the center is very strong. So AI suggestion would be to play this kind of boshi and keep black's moyo in check. So white is in a way following the modern way of playing Fuseki, but here ignoring this key point of developing the moyo, it's a little bit of a minus. Anyway, the continuation to here is normal, and black also turning here it's mandatory. So black is doing a good job of developing his moyo, but here white really needs to react somehow. So what are the key points? One of the key points is this hane here. If we do it directly though, black's territory may get out of hand. So before playing that, we want to test somewhere in the corner first, because those are the weaknesses that we should stress right now. And if we play here, for example, and the normal variation like this, what is this actually doing? This is securing co-life in the corner. So now we can focus on other large points, for example the hane here, or something like now it would be pretty cool to come with this kind of move. I think this is top AI suggestion as well. The idea is that here this hane is tough because black is threatening to squeeze, so white should answer. But otherwise, locally here, if we get this kind of play, white is quite happy to follow, because white is building up his own area. And the life in the corner, so you see how important it is to play this kind of move with good timing, because if you play it too late, black will jump to kill the corner, but now is really the perfect timing. So let's analyze a little bit what happens if we really go for a severe move like this, trying to kill. Against this move, we cannot play normally, because this again is an easy call for white, so black would probably like to play something like that. But even after this, we cannot really kill, so white can use this kind of tesuji to cut and check a little bit how you play. Of course, if you take from the top, it's too easy for white, very easy life. So if you play underneath, the point is that white wants to play one more here, once more, to increase the power in the center. For example, if we cut, again this move becomes sente, and again white can live in the corner. So just to show you the power of this kind of tesuji. Anyway, Black's strong resistance would be to play like that. But now white has another Tesuji here to again check. And this is where the AI is very good at checking all the time the reaction of the opponent. If black plays from underneath, now because we have an extra Atari there, we can connect, and this time it's impossible for black to catch this white. If we play something like this, white can just escape. Stylish would be to play here. If we are afraid of the cut, we can also play something like this. Anyway, as you can see, it's impossible now to catch this white. So when white play here, black's resistance is to play something like this to not allow escape in the center. But one more time, this becomes ente. So this time white can simply live with this move. So you see that this kind of reading was meant to show players of all level that actually when white enters here, even if black is quite strong on the side, it's still impossible to kill such a group. This move is a large point there, but it's a serious mistake from white because it's ignoring the moyo and it's losing the timing of testing. So for example, if you just test like this and now come back to this one, this is already a plus because we left a life in the corner. Like that, black immediately took the opportunity to play this important move here, and black continues to develop his large moyo. And somewhere around here, white needs to stop and invade the lower side. For example, it's not too late to play something like that. So when white play like this and allows black to completely finish the shape locally here, white seems to be confident that he can make a game out of it, but at this stage white falls behind. Black's moyo is just too big. So white is a few points behind, well, not too many, but a few points at this level, it's a lot. So here white invaded nevertheless, and black answered in a pretty solid way, but this time I think black could push for more. So white has moves that he wants to test. For example, this move, if black answer like here, like this, white makes easy sabaki, so black will resist. Maybe in order to be more severe against the corner, black will resist like this. A possible continuation. Also, this is some results I analyzed with the AI. So you see also white's fighting power to use the aji to the full for making an escape here. Anyway, the variations are quite complicated, but in the end I think white will manage to escape with half a group, but black will keep a pretty solid clear territory on the left side and also advantage on the board. The initiative is very important. So actually black could have played more forcefully here because he has already the move in the center. That's why white's extra nobi, to come back a little bit, white's extra nobi is a little bit risky because each move in the center matters. So you know, now the invasion feels just a tiny step too late. But black was polite here and white switched back to reducing. Here black aggressively played the Keima, but actually the suggestion seems to be better to play something like that, allowing white to play here and then just capture h3 on a large scale. This is really nice for black. I mean, the lower side territory is also big, and combined with the left side territory and something in the center, it's quite a lot, and white will have to work very hard to come back territorially. So basically white is taking a lot on the extension on the top. This is the message of the stones that white played. By not being out even an extra time at J11, white is saying that he can also make a very large moyo on the top side. Okay, so here pretty intense fighting starts with white playing like that. It would be good for black here to play this move in order to not allow white to play here and destroy black's shape. So if white answer with something like that, then we switch back to the move black wanted to play in the game. Actually here we have all the time white wants to resist actually. So you see very interesting order of moves as well. Black cannot go out because this push will threaten two sides at the same time, so this is too much. So black is just preparing, and then white has to come back, and black can develop on the outside and kill the stone at r6. Nevertheless, here also it's important to see continuations. If white gets greedy to capture these stones, if we play now something like that, black can still live because this is center threatening to cut, and then black can still live. So here, if we want to continue to finish the capture, we should play something like that. But this kind of exchange, R10, is very important to finish the sequence and completely annihilate R6. And this kind of result, it's a really big exchange. Looks like white successfully captures 3 black stones where black was actually very strong, but the loss on the right side is massive. White's territory becomes black territory, which is very nice black territory. Black still has the monkey jump to reduce white's territory here, so actually this result is still quite good for black. The estimation is that black is leading more than 4 points at this stage. In the game, black played something like that, which white can take advantage of. Because black didn't play, white can try to play something like this, and it's difficult at this moment to continue with something like that because white will strongly counterattack, will ignore the corner. So in the game, white decided to cut, but this is still not okay. So white could play here or this kind of resistance like previously shown. This cut here, it's a little bit unreasonable, and black will get a good result instantaneously. But black has 2 options here. One option is to play something like this. So the 2 stones are almost captured, but for now black has strong shape, so he can afford to push and cut here, which gives black a huge territory also on the lower side, left side, and the center. So in the corner on the right, it's still some pretty bad agi, so white didn't totally finish the sequence there. So this would be a pretty good result for black. Again, black secures a very solid lead. Seemingly one of the most efficient way of playing would be to go for capturing the cornerstone. If I try something like that, we can immediately again trap white into some double attack. So in this kind of situation, white has to go for something like this. So here it's important to close the line. But basically after this, black can save the stone here and still aim at some weaknesses in white shape. But overall, this result is again a good result for black. Again, white's corner become black territory. Black is ahead in this position. Here white made another mistake by playing this kind of move. This is allowing black to Atari from this side, which is strong, but the next move also. This move, what's the problem with this move is that white can treat the 2 stones lightly, Atari one time in center, which is quite helpful for the white group in the center, and then just come back to connect. And to this one, black will be forced to come back and play another move, and this is a slight setback for black. So actually the idea here is to not allow white to connect in the corner and play something like this. This would lead again to some large furikawari like this, big exchange. Maybe the black player didn't even think to accept such an exchange, but the AI says that this is good for black. Now black can switch to the top side. This was a very large point. So the center-gote implications are also quite big. This would be a variation where black keeps a solid lead. So black playing here, he lost a little bit, something like 2 points. So black was leading like around 4 points at this stage, but now is back to like a 2 points lead. Still okay though. And this is a very good point that white managed to get. If black's territory on the left side becomes smaller, this is not so great. And in the game, black jumped here, but this is again losing points, making it very unclear. At this point, maybe black is losing totally his lead, because white can just start having fun into black's important area. For example, here we can play something like this. But white is comfortably alive. I mean, even if black plays something like that, white will not be out in the center. White's eye shape is pretty good. This is not finished because white has this kind of tesuji to jump in at A later. White has to choose a moment when the group is safe, so we cannot jump when the group is not safe. But basically, if black pushes and cut like this, then white can break through all the way like that. This is very dangerous for black. Already losing a lot of points, but more than that. For example, after this kind of move, maybe we have to come back to connect, and already the shape in the corner, it's unpleasant. Quite a bit of agi with this kind of jump, and here if we can push one time and come back to this, but if white manages to connect and black has to play something like that, again we lose a lot of points. So if we lose that many points on the left side, then the game becomes unclear and black is losing his lead. AI suggestion here would be to very calmly defend your territory. This makes black's territory on the left side perfect. From this point on we have to fight, but black is quite strong everywhere, and black still keeps his lead. So in the game, allowing white only once to push, it's already losing quite a lot on the side. And white had a better choice to start entering deeper, but this is also fine. White is going out in the regular way. Black should have continued the fight in the center, something like this. Pushing, the Hane is really forcing the cut, so if we try to cut here, black can counter cut as well, which will put white's group in the center in big danger. So here white has to come back somehow to protect, and then black can play here. So if black entered the center area here, the potential of white starting with the extension at A disappears, and white can try to keep his area here, but black can enter anyway from this side, so this is also not so big. So this is black's line of play actually. In the game black played a little bit adventurous, and because of that now we have a key point that white should immediately take. It's the pressing point in the center. This is the king attitude, like playing like that with white is really building up thickness, making his group strong. It feels so powerful and so nice to take such a point. And then black's stone there is somehow in a sea of white stones, and black will have to do something about it, and then white's overall gets comfortable. And maybe so here white is missing out the important point. This move, it's not perfect because black can still enter on this side. So one more time black gets the chance to play this kind of point himself, which again puts black into a good advantage. Black played this Nozoki, which is an adventure in the sense that white can still counter attack and play here. It looks like black can do some trouble, for example this kind of move, but it's complicated, not so easy also for black to get something out of this. This is also an adventure. Fortunately for black, white connected, which means black still has a chance to play this good point here, but black didn't pushed out here. Well, this again changes things. First of all, white should resist. In this kind of situation, those 2 points are Ni. Whereas if black play here, white can push out. If this one, you should push underneath. So after Hane or Nobi, white will defend. Anything black play on the outside, white will come back to defend. But the territory in the corner is quite solid. Well, there is still this kind of agi, so black can insert those moves pretty early to secure some agi in the corner, but on the outside white has to keep some power. So by playing like this, white is allowing black to turn Incente here, which is painful. Before that, this was a key point, and it still looks like a key point, but now we have a second key point which is blocking here. This is much bigger than it looks because it involves immediately potential to do something about the corner. For example, now we have comfortable corner life, which means that black can just come back to connect. So for example, at this point AI shows this kind of variation. Basically black only needs to connect here. When we go on the outside, we can secure some agi in the corner with the placement at A. Anyway, the priority for black would be to insert this agi here and take care of his group. Black playing here immediately, white should take the vital point. This is so important for both players. White cannot come back to developing the other side. Also here, maybe first of all we should take a little bit care of our group and separate black, But the idea is that black cannot come now in this kind of move because white will always counter-attack, and black has to look for a local life, which would be painful. Point is impactful also, you know, concerning the white territory. It's a very impactful point. So both players somehow seem to miss this one, and if you check with the AI, with each move, for example, black play here, black is losing points because black should have played the vital point here. White answer, white is losing point because white should have played the vital point here, and so on. Each move that black and white play is losing something in the AI perspective because they miss the vital point here. Especially in combination with R9 is very powerful to block at A. Maybe black felt a little bit that white is in the mood to take the top side, and white believes that he has enough territory like that, so black is psychologically pushing it a little bit, but here white can severely counter-attack. Against this kind of move, white again takes the vital point here, and black's in trouble, and black cannot continue forever. This kind of play here will lose too much on the side. White can play also one time here and then turn. And for black, this fight will be quite crazy, very difficult to manage. So white answered politely here, and finally black is blocking. At this point, black somehow secures the lead again because he managed to switch to the important point. And this move, this is maybe looking like white is fixing the shape, but in fact this is a terrible move that loses points a lot, something like 2 points, close to 3 points. And the reason is that black can simply answer all white moves, and white managed to make things much worse because now there is the A, B, C combination that is totally destroying white shape and attacking very, very powerfully. So for example, at this stage, if we come back with this kind of move to keep in check a little bit the agi, black can simply defend, which is a huge move. I mean, defending the left side was always a priority. If white continues to enter there, black will lose his main territory, which is dangerous. But after this threat at A is very, very big. So in fact, white was losing points, not winning points by playing here. But black simply answered here, which is again losing points because it's allowing white to make this very solid capture here. Capturing this stone is giving white I shape and the capture at M2. So first of all, it's about a lot of points, and then it's about the strength of stones, which is losing quite big. So black is losing his advantage. This game keeps being close, but black, despite having a very solid advantage in the beginning, keeps losing it at times. And actually, this is a very interesting point. Black playing this Sansan, it's the signal of white being able to take the lead in this game. If white plays something like this and black continues to want to leave, black will have to make his life in the corner, and white can counter-attack and capture on a large scale. Also, black is a little bit weak on the right side. So this is the moment when white actually manages to take advantage in this game. Unfortunately, white didn't play Kosumi. This Kosumi, actually, for a player of 7 dan level, it looks like very natural. I don't know how he missed it. I mean, maybe he was thinking that if black play this kind of move, this placement has some value. But in fact, black also smartly played this exchange. Again, white should simply capture and allow black to live like this. White connected, which gives black this kind of life, which is losing points. So white had a brief chance to take the lead in this game, but lost it immediately by not taking advantage of black's mistake. So now black lives big in the corner, and also on the outside, this exchange may seem like a small thing, but it enables black to further enter the center. Black gets back the lead. So here I think white tried the displacement. Well, for black also, if you calculate 1, 2, 3, going directly to 3, it's a little bit of desuji. It looks strange though. Probably if I play myself, I would also play R18, but AI suggests this move as a better option. The idea is that when white play here, maybe you want to keep some other options. We can always play this Kosumi. Maybe we have a chance to push one time before coming back, kind of move from the outside. If black keeps this kind of shape, then we have a Seki. Seki is fine. We don't need to make points here if we profit already on the outside. After this, there is a slightly Somaji with white Snobi. I think this was the main point of AI strongly trying to play S19. There is Somaji that will probably allow white to hane in Sente here, which makes a difference on the outside, of course. Now a big problem in this game is black's group on the right side, how much we can attack. So when white play here, black captured, but it seems to be better. Any little move that helps on the outside seems to be better. So this kind of move, allowing black to have next the Atari. Every move that has influence on the outside is better. So this is also slightly a little bit of a loss. Otherwise, moves around here are normal. And one more time, black has connected here. Black is losing points again by connecting. Black should push. And if white answer like this, instead of connecting, black should take the vital point in the center. Because white has this kind of move, this move is Sente normally. Black has to answer, and then this is absolutely Sente. We have to play here. Life and death situation in the center is very important, and also if white gets to attack first in the vital point, then black will have to connect on neutral points on the other side. So here connecting lost points. White made the exchanges and now hits the vital point. And one more time, black's move here, it's losing a lot of points. So again, black is very close to lose his advantage in this game. Black should play from the other side, because this is of course very impactful on the white's territory in the lower right corner. And we are approaching Yose, and each decision like this counts for a lot. So around here, black lost something like 2 points. At this stage, white one more time has a chance to secure a lead. This Hane is important before black gets a chance to go down. So one time Hane Sente looks like something that we want to do. Another sequence that white wants to play is to play this kind of Kikashi and force black to defend. If black push and cut, and this is Sente all the time, a very interesting continuation as well. We can at some point, anyway, it will become like this and black has to come back to cut. Already being forced to capture the 3 stones, it's losing some points for black, but more than that, white has some options. When white cuts here in the center, black is losing access a lot. So for example, I mean, more or less we can get something like this, but you can see how much territory white can make in the center. This center area, depending on the strength of stones, can be very good to approach. More than that, capturing those stones in the center is making white's group on the left side secure, because surprisingly, the group still has Somaji. We can exploit by playing Atari and this kind of vital point. This will happen soon. Black can exploit attacking the center. So here white didn't have the courage to go 1 point to the left, but in fact this is losing points. This is giving black again a little bit too much territory. This Atari should not be played, so it's a little bit ajikeshi. And when white is trying to secure the center, black naturally comes from the other side, and also this is threatening the life of the white group. So here white has to come back very quickly to this kind of move. This is, from Yose point of view, an important Kikashi. For example, here white decided to play like this, and now white decided to play like this, which is losing points. It was better to connect here in order to not have very clear this kind of move here. Would still give white some Kikashi against the corner. If you play here, you just give black this free move. after that, there's nothing we can do because the move at f13 is sente. So this is losing a few points again. It looks like a more efficient shape, but anyway, black can play here. So if you think about this shape, it was better to actually have a move at A instead of B. Also in terms of quadrants, it's better to have this shape like that. Black shouldn't play this kind of quadrat. This is any time you can play, but probably players are trying to win some time. It was a complicated game, so now that they are in Yose, they probably need as much time as they can save. Anyway, at this stage, black is leading a little bit, a tiny bit, not very much, but black is leading in this game. So here again, how to defend. Actually, the AI suggests playing this Atari. It's important, the timing of this. If white connects, then the shape is finished as it is, but the idea is that black in the game played this, for example. So when white play here and you have to connect, against the Atari on the first line, white will play the Ko. So this creates some problem in black shape. Anyway, white played this Kosumi, which is quite small, giving black a chance to come back and play the move on the outside. This is still important, this kind of move. If white doesn't connect, black's local profit is quite strong. If white does connect, it's a very good sente kikashi. So black took the large move here, white took the other. And black one more time here, this was important, black missed this. Black is making the 3 points here in the center, but white gets to play like this, and also black omitted to play in sente the move at g17, so now it's a little bit tricky. Finally black play here, but he will be forced to connect in the end. So this means in the corner black will be forced to play like 2 more moves. So the game has become quite close. Black is still leading by a few points, but white somehow managed to catch up in this kind of game when he was mostly all the time behind, but sometimes he had chances for few moves, then lost the chance again, and finally in the end black somehow managed to keep his lead. The last thing to mention here is that white keeps trying to force black in the corner, but black keeps resisting, and white's connection here is absolutely terrible. This is losing a lot of points because basically this allows black to make an eye. If black makes an eye here, everything white did in the corner is for nothing, because normally we want to destroy the eye like this, but instead of connecting, black can play here and just capture white. So this was absolutely terrible for white that he allowed this sequence to continue, because normally white can continue playing this Ko. Black will not be able to resist forever. For example, I don't know, we can play like this, and in the end the shape should be like this. This is the idea that okay, black is sente, black doesn't need to play right now, but he will need to play 3 more moves in the corner, which is quite terrible, and white would have a few points here. So this keeps the game close. Black is still winning something like 2 points, but the moment white made this mistake and black played here, the difference is something like around 6 points. So of course no more chance. Of course white understood immediately that he made a big blunder, and in few moves he resigned. Well, this was a really interesting game, especially considering the Fuseki to middle game transition and fighting, and how to approach such a large moyo as the black moyo on the lower left, and how the strength of stones influences everything, and how we should always care about groups. Surprisingly, in some local tactical positions, the white player didn't find the best tactical solution locally, like the Kosumi on the top. If we are to remember what happened, this kind of chance, pressing a little bit further on the side here instead of playing at C, and this kind of local moves where basically the reading is not that complicated, it's a little bit surprising that white missed those. And probably this is the reason why white lost this game, because otherwise black also blundered a lot. After having a very good start with a big moyo on the lower left, black gave white a lot of chances to come back into this game. Anyway, very high level game, very good quality, and with lot of lessons to learn for us. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.